In the news this week, ANZAC Day cancelled. Dawn services gave way to driveway ceremonies as Perth entered a snap 3-day lockdown.
Our hero, the kids carrying on their granddad's digger legacy, a WAMN News exclusive. Plus, the route of ANZAC, an exclusive illustration telling the story of Gallipoli. And Dr. Andrew Miller's COVID comment.
This is the Evening News with Ivan Lowe and Sarah Smith.
Good evening. Perth's snap lockdown sent the city reeling this long weekend, with reports that leakages in hospital quarantine exposed Perth to the virus. But for some veterans, the last-minute cancellation of ANZAC Day dawn services and parades was particularly painful. Helene Fong begins our coverage.
ANZAC Day dawn services around the city were cancelled at the last minute when Perth went into a snap lockdown on Friday at midnight. Premier Mark McGowan paid tribute to West Australians lining their driveways again to commemorate the sacrifices of fallen service personnel this morning.
I stood at the end of our driveway and saw people up the streets who were standing there with a candle. It was very good of people to do it in these circumstances. It's the second year in a row we've had to do it. There was good many people did it.
Bright and early in the morning, 96-year-old World War II veteran Kevin Jones was joined by his household for a driveway commemoration. He says camaraderie is one of his biggest learnings as a soldier.
Any war is bad, but World War I, World War II, all the other wars put together, but this is the worst war we've ever had to fight. This is a fight against the pandemic. The greatest thing I learned from the war is the camaraderie. People pull together. That's what's required now.
His son, Tim Jones, came all the way from Queensland before the lockdown, hoping to see his father's parade. Despite the cancellation, he was glad to see his family.
I think it's fantastic, that everyone's turned up for this because there's not much alternative. Unfortunately, we missed out on the big parade, but if this goes out to everyone, then fantastic.
Alan Richardson, president of the Belmont RSL, laid a wreath on his own this morning. And he says it's just not the same without people around him.
We're allowed to do exercise and walking, and I think possibly this morning my exercise will be what I've been doing for many, many years, is walking past or at the memorial at a specific time. And this wreath is from all the ex-servicemen in the community and the members of the community, and it will be our form of, not an official remembrance, but it is, I think, one way of saying that Western Australians will not be beaten by the COVID problem we have today.
Although there are zero number of COVID-19 cases recorded today, it's yet to see whether the lockdown in the city will end late Monday night. Helene Fong, WAMN News.
Former RSL WA President Graham Edwards' grandchildren said they couldn't be proud of his bravery and sacrifices.
In an exclusive interview, 15-year-old Jake Edwards and 11-year-old Nina Legg shared memories and how they plan to pass on their grandfather's legacy. Kit Sanders has this exclusive report.
Graham Edwards is a veteran, a former state minister, former RSL WA president, and most importantly, a loving grandfather. His grandchildren are incredibly proud of him, and as ANZAC Day approaches, they spoke with WAMN News about what the day means to them.
I'm very proud because half the people in the world couldn't even imagine of the things that he's done.
Nina and Jake feel privileged to learn about our ANZAC history in school and have their grandfather and other veterans honoured every year. They're also glad that young people their age understand the importance of bravery and sacrifice that has been given in the name of Australia.
I also have had grandparents, like one of my really close mates, his dad also fought in Vietnam with my granddad, and I just think also like at our school we have the ANZAC Day services, so it just does bring attention to what it really means to all my friends and all the peers at my school.
The two hope to one day pass down their grandfather's stories to their kids to keep tradition and memories alive. While the pair are disheartened that ANZAC Day services are cancelled this year due to lockdown, they are moved that so many people still turn out to pay their respects in driveway ceremonies.
I feel that with the driveway services, it's a better way to bring connection, and it's like, especially for our street, it just like gives my granddad an opportunity to just say thank you to the people that fought.
Kit Sanders, WAMN News.
Perth is in the grip of a snap lockdown this weekend after a leak in hotel quarantine saw 2 people infected with COVID moving around the city. Until midnight on Monday, residents will only be able to leave their homes for essential purposes. A 54-year-old returned traveller left hotel quarantine on the 15th of April after testing negative to the virus. It is believed he contracted the virus from an adjacent hotel room before being released on the 17th. The man moved about the city for 4 days while infectious before flying to Melbourne. A close contact of the man has since tested positive to the virus.
While we are seeing less movement of people around Perth and Peel, the importance of using the Safe WA app and contact tracing registers has never been higher. We need to expect there could be more cases. If there is, our contact tracing team will swing straight into action. The Safe WA information is crucial for those contact tracing teams to do their jobs.
The Department of Fire and Emergency Services has warned landowners to take extra care with burn-offs after a number of controlled burns escalated into bushfires last year. Commissioner Darren Clelm said many of the fire escapes could be prevented. As WA South entering a restricted burning period, DFS has released a series of burning how-to videos to help small landowners to manage fuel loads and reduce bushfire intensity.
More truck drivers will be on our roads with a new training course set to address unprecedented workforce demands because of COVID-19. The $6.1 million heavy vehicle driving operations skill set course will build a pipeline of 1,000 workers for essential services over 6 weeks, providing them with new and upskilled licences. 12 students are currently enrolled in the TAFE pilot program, and the government says it's part of WA's recovery. Meanwhile, the programs on road accidents and trauma preventions were also on display, aiming to educate new truck drivers on how to deal with injuries.
We're trying to simulate more realistic training aids in the training for truck drivers as first responders. They're on the road a lot, they're more likely to come across a fatality or an accident out on the road. We are looking to try and give them the training and the training aids to simulate the scenario, so when they come across as a first responder, they have the training and they know how to act.
Fishing advocates are praising a state government project to create a fishing mecca off the coast of Perth's northern suburbs. WA's peak body for recreational fishing has welcomed the announcement of an artificial reef 7 kilometres off Ocean Reef. The reef will be 4 times larger than Optus Stadium and easily reached in a small boat. Construction will begin next year.
India's COVID-19 cases have reached a record high this week, passing 300,000 cases in a single day. India is now counting the highest daily cases internationally, overtaking the United States. Hospitals in India's capital, New Delhi, are reportedly running low on medical oxygen, as crematoriums in other cities filling up with bodies. Vaccines won't be available until May 1st, and medical experts are concerned there won't be enough supply. The United States and China have set carbon neutrality targets in an attempt to slow down climate change. During the 2-day global summit, Chinese President Xi Jinping claimed China would reach carbon neutrality by 2060. Meanwhile, US President Joe Biden promised to halve America's emissions by 2030. Mr. Biden says it's important that everyone step up and take action. Targets were also set by the European Union, Japan, Britain and Canada.
Optus Stadium will be glowing blue and maroon next year, with State of Origin returning to WA. The state has secured the second game of the series between New South Wales and Queensland for 2022, expected to attract record crowds and TV viewers while boosting tourism and the economy. WA first experienced Origin fever back in 2019, and the event is expected to be even bigger than the first go-around.
Any big event in a stadium like this is wonderful to be part of, you know, and particularly when it's a full house, and the atmosphere just can't be replicated anywhere. So jump in early and experience our great game.
And that's our weekly news and current affairs. You can follow the latest news on our website, wamnnews.com.au.
From Sarah and myself, we wish you good health, stay at home and have a pleasant evening.
Take care.